I'm going to be showing you around our sixth form today. As you can see behind me, this is all our own outside space, and it's perfect if you want a little chit chat or to do some revision. Hi. Hi. So come on inside. Hi guys.
Hi.
So this is our very own relaxed space. It's perfect to come and sit in the sofas and watch some television with your friends. We also have tea and coffee making facilities if you're interested. This is our vending machine. It's very important not to forget that one. This is our own space, and at the moment we're actually redesigning it and making it even cooler than it already is. So this is our casual study space, and it's perfect when the sun's beaming in. It's the perfect place to be, in my opinion. Over here lessons take place, and our very own careers advisor comes in and just speaks to us about what we want to do in the future. But we also have our very own computer facilities over here too. These are our individual study spaces, and when I need a quiet place to come and work, this is where I go. When I joined Stover Sixth Form, I found that I was given a lot more independence, and with independence comes responsibility. Personally, I thrive off of this. As you have seen, Stover Sixth Form has its very own building, but that does not mean we aren't part of the school. Stover has a great policy where all sixth formers are involved with the rest of the school, and what I like to do is help out with the Year 7 art lessons and read with the younger children. We're probably quite a small sixth form. There's maybe about 40 of us in total, including 10 different nationalities, which is lovely. What's great about having small class sizes is the fact that we get individual support from our teachers, and socially we know each other really well. We're all really close, and we always try to make sure we've got things planned outside of school. Recently we just had a curry night, which was absolutely fabulous, and we're making sure we've got things planned for the future. If you're thinking about coming to Stover, then come have a look around and a chat with us. I can't recommend it enough.
I'm Darcy. I'm a Year 12 student going into Year 13, and I study French, History and Economics. I'm going to be talking about general studies and academic focus. So, it's important to note that there is going to be a jump from GCSE to A-level, but the difference in workload really isn't as bad as it's often described to be. Whilst you will be getting more work from each subject, this is countered by the fact that you'll be studying 3 subjects that you're really interested in, rather than 9, 10, or maybe even 11 subjects that you would have studied at GCSE. This means that you have a lot more time in between lessons to work on some of the studies that you would have been doing at home previously. As well as this, in exams as well as during term time, subject teachers are going to be more willing to give you longer periods of time to work on a piece of work. At A-level, class sizes are much smaller than at GCSE, and this gives students the opportunity to study areas of their subject that they really are interested in and enjoy. In History A-level, for example, I'm thinking of writing my coursework on the Israel-Palestine conflict, but people in the past have written on all different areas of history. I think the key to having a good sixth form experience really is making the most out of it. At Stover, students are uniquely lucky in the fact that there are a whole host of opportunities available, which are designed to help students grow and achieve their potential. There are lots of resources available to ensure that you have a good work-life balance, but most importantly, enjoy it. Sixth form years really can be the best of your life, and they pass by quicker than you think.
Hello everybody, so I'm going to be talking about philosophy and ethics. So we divide philosophy and ethics into 3 components. First of all, philosophy. Second of all, ethics. Third of all, religion. Starting off with the first component, we look at philosophy amongst ancient thinkers, so people such as Aristotle and Plato. Moving on from that, we look at ideas about soul and the mind and the body and how they relate to each other. We also look at God, and arguments for God's existence and arguments against. Sort of related to that, we look at religious experience as well, and people's personal testimonies. Also, regarding belief, we look at evil and suffering, and sort of the issues surrounding that. In an ethical sense, I suppose, the difficulties associated with that from a religious perspective. We talk about the nature of God as well. That's a big topic in philosophy of religion. And then moving on from that, we go to component 2, which is ethics. So we talk about, ethical theories. So things like Kantian ethics, utilitarianism, sort of, differing approaches to how ethics should be applied in society. And then we apply basically ethics to issues of today, of the modern world. So we look at euthanasia, and we sort of apply ethical theories to that. And then, of course, we also study the language and the thought in general, which is associated with ethics. We also look at conscience and how that links in with ethics. Ethics in terms of relationships, business, that's also a very important part of that component. So that is component 2, ethics. And then the third component is religion, so religious thought. So currently at Stover we look at Buddhism. We look at the beliefs within Buddhism and how those beliefs influence practice. We look at the sources of those beliefs as well, so scripture, and obviously we look at the Buddha and people, his students, and people after the Buddha as well who influenced Buddhism. We look at religious identity as well, the culture, the Buddhist culture within the countries where the religion is prevalent, the different traditions, that's also very important, the different sects, shall we say, and Buddhism in history and its relation to social developments within countries where it is the majority religion, and also outside of those countries as well. And of course the general relationship between Buddhism and other religions and society, that's very important as well in this component. So 3 components within philosophy and ethics, very interesting. As you can tell, we look at a vast array of theories and beliefs, and there's a lot that can be taken away from it. So thank you for listening.
A-level psychology is a very interesting subject because we have lots of class discussions and we also do lots of experiments that relate to the topics we're talking about. In year 1 we talk about different psychological approaches like, for example, the biological, the psychodynamic, the behaviorist, the cognitive and the positive approach. We talk about their assumptions, their experiments, the therapies, and then we evaluate them. Also we talk about research methods. In year 2 we talk about the behavior and the thinking patterns of criminals, and we also talk about different mental illnesses like, for example, schizophrenia. You have to remember lots of stuff, but it's really interesting, so it's easy to remember. I think it's a good subject because you look at behavior from different perspectives.
My name is HALEEMAH and I take English Literature, Geography and Spanish, and today I'm going to talk to you about boarding as a sixth form. We keep to routine during the week. We get woken up at 7, breakfast is at 7:30, and we have from around 8 till 8:20 to be ready for school and out the door in time for registration at 8:30 in our various form rooms. After school we have an hour's worth of free time until dinner at 5:30 where we all eat together. Then following that, we have an hour's prep session that is supervised dependent on your year group. As a sixth former, I have the opportunity to study on my own. As well, I'm a boarding prefect, and that entails that I'm also a mentor to a year 7 boy specifically. I help him with his homework, and I'm also there to talk if he just needs to talk to anyone in the boarding house or in school as well. Following prep, we have an hour's activity session. And as boarders we have access to the school's grounds, so we have activities that range from using the gym and the sports facilities to cooking in the home ec room, or even just practicing instruments in the music rooms. It depends on what people would like to sign up for.
All the activities are group activities, but for sixth formers there is more leniency to do them on select days of the week because we do have more work and things to do. The weekends are usually more relaxed as people may opt to go to friends' houses, or if they are weekly or flexi boarders they go home for the weekend. For full boarders like myself, however, there are activities on offer, such as going to theme parks, trampoline parks, cinemas and shopping. But for the sixth form boarders specifically, we are allowed to decide where we want to go for a day trip, and transport will be provided for us. So for example, if we wanted to go to a specific place to go shopping, they'd provide the transport there and back for us to do what we wanted for that day of the weekend.
Hi everyone, I'm RATIKORN. I'm foreign student from Thailand. I'm currently in year 12. Today I'm going to talk about my preparation for A-level through a second language. Before I enter Stover, I do research a lot about my subject, which is economics, math and business study. And I find out that Stover very good at this subject and also provide variety of subjects. At first, I feel very nervous because my English is not good, but Stover have given me a lot of support such as provide English class for foreign students, and this is very useful for me. And every time when I have problem, I can go to talk to my form teacher and they can give me some solution, and that helped me a lot.
EPQ stands for Extended Project Qualification. You can do this separately or in a group. It involves an essay of 5,000 words, paperwork where you talk through your process, and a final presentation on your essay's findings. Alternatively, you could produce an artifact, do a performance, or a field investigation with a shorter essay. An EPQ equips you with the invaluable skills sought after in all workplaces and universities, such as time management, patience, perseverance, and self-discipline. Furthermore, universities have varied their offers depending on the EPQ, from AAA to AAB and an EPQ. The EPQ is your personal choice. It's not compulsory, it is optional. You can do whatever title interests you. Anything. Anything. In conclusion, I strongly advise you to partake in the EPQ, because not only does it boost your application, but it improves you.
Hi, I'm Liv and I'm here to talk to you about sports leaders. The Community Sports Leaders Award is a nationally recognised qualification. By completing the Sports Leaders Award, you will be able to lead groups of people in sporting and recreational activities with indirect supervision. By participating in Sports Leaders, you will learn to take responsibility for others and develop communication and organisational skills, as well as improving your confidence. Anyone can do Sports Leaders. You do not need to be particularly sporty, just need to be enthusiastic and encourage the younger pupils in sporting activities. In Year 12, you will gain the Sports Leaders Award. However, to gain UCAS points for university, you must complete Year 12 and Year 13. In Year 12, you will need to do 10 hours of leadership, which will be done at school in activities and sports lessons. In Year 13, the award is the Higher Sports Leaders Award. You will need to complete 30 hours of leadership, and this is split into 3 areas. 10 hours of working with children, this will probably be done at school. 10 hours of working with people with special needs, this will be done at other schools. And then 10 hours working with the community, which can be working at a primary school in your local area. If you successfully complete both Year 12 and Year 13, you will receive 16 UCAS points to go towards your university course. Thank you for listening to my talk on sports leaders.
Hi there, my name is XAVIER and I'm a member of the Stover Sixth Form. Alongside my many duties at the Sixth Form Centre, I am also the boarding prefect, but today I'm here to talk about the Pupil Council. Now, the Pupil Council is basically a group of pupils who meet every single half term, with the chairpersons being the head boy and head girl alongside Mrs. Stone, who supervises. It is made up of one representative from each year group, being from year 7 to year 12, and we meet up every single half term to discuss what is going around the school. Each September, classes vote for their representative who will represent them in these meetings. The Pupil Council gives all pupils a say in what happens in the school and gives them a chance to put their opinions and ideas forward, and also gives them a sense of responsibility. Pupil Council meetings are held in the French room where Mrs. Stone teaches, and at these meetings the agenda is totally up to the students. You bring forward whatever that you have. Before every Pupil Council meeting, there's sort of a class meeting where the students bring forward their problems or whatever that they find should be said at the Pupil Council meeting to their representatives. At the first few meetings, we discuss the things that go on, and at the end of each term, the chairpersons meet up with their headmaster and discuss the things that can be done and cannot be done. These meetings are essential because it gives the students a voice and it makes the school a community for all of us. Thank you.